One. Hello, viewers. Welcome once again to Doc AG Talk Show. And tonight, you know how we do it. We actually on here for entertainment purposes and also education purpose. And then you're ready the Bremo no so COVID a hard bebre. We've been dealing with this stresses, since March, especially in America, and it's tough. You show you now. We've actually, your normal way of life, a bit more party, going to the club and this animal. Then some of us we are doing good, dealing with this, and there is a lot going on that they don't know or more about. And tonight, with my guest on here, so we're in California. We're going to introduce ourselves, and then we'll go to Virginia and also near California, Soho baby. So when I DJ Papa, in California, we're going to introduce ourselves, and then we're going to start shooting out.
Hello, people. My name is Kwame J Jr.
And I am Jason. I'm just visiting Cali, so I'm not really from here.
And I am Rebecca Ajapong, and I'm just here to see how everything's going to go and give my input.
Alrighty. So, Virginia.
My name is Alexander Baden, Mr. Alexander Baden, from Virginia.
That's it. All right. All the way up Northern California.
Hi, people. I go by the name of DJ Quamaster Q, a.k.a. Quams, and I am based in the Bay Area, San Francisco.
Alrighty. That's it. And you're ready, as we've already discussed, COVID. I have been a bit brave, and I want to know how you guys are, dealing with these things, the stresses. Sani Amano, how you guys are coping now. Up to now, it's like more board that always more home. You doing something. What is the secret?
For me, honestly, it's just about mentally, just staying mentally fit. I think it's been a rough year. I'm not even gonna lie. Like for me personally, it's been a rough year, but there has been so much that I'm looking forward to in my life that I feel like I look at that and not stress too much. And I'm also thankful for just having life at least, because a lot of people have died because of this COVID.
Okay.
All right, for me personally, when COVID started, we were used to going into the office and stuff, and there are times that we complain like, oh man, I don't feel like going to work. I want to stay home and work. I want my Fridays or Mondays off type thing. And so initially on the onset, we were like, oh, this is really cool. We had to get adjusted to it, right? But I've been working from home since March. It got to a point that it became repetitive. It was annoying. Just because it's more like you're more like consumed, you're doing extra work that, you probably wouldn't do if you were to be going to the office. And then also like, it's just like being in the same space, like I work from my room. And so I'm just stuck in my room all day, and, I'll get up, probably go to the kitchen or something, but it's like, I want to, wherever I'm in the office, whereby, I can go walk around like different cubicles and stuff. So it's a bit of a challenge, but like we've been saying, for me personally, it's been a learning experience. Thank God my job gives me that flexibility. There are people that, when they're working remotely, they have the access to they don't have access to maneuver anywhere. They just stay in one specific location. But with my job, it's not really like that. I get to I could be, I'm in Cali and I could be working. I could be anywhere on the planet and still be able to work as long as I have access. So I've learned, to appreciate it, adapt to it. And I think it's helped the companies a lot. It's cutting them costs, really. Going into the office, maintaining the office, cleaning and all that. So I think some companies are good with it. And I think this whole COVID thing, as bad as it is, it's really opened a lot of doors for a lot of corporations, I want to say, because, they've adapted the whole remote working process, and I think it's very effective for them. So that's been my experience.
Okay.
Personally, for me, COVID has been a definite learning curve. Not being able, school in general for me was not already an enjoyable thing. I'd rather stay home, but having it at home also supplied with also its difficulties. I'm currently applying to colleges, and it's this year has been one of the most stressful years of my life, and COVID has made it even worse. Not being able to communicate with counselors, not being able to get the correct help has been very difficult, because the only way we can pass information is through email. And it's so easy to pass by emails. It's so easy to not pay attention to them. So it's been very difficult. It's been very hard, but I've also learned a lot about myself. I didn't know I could cook. I've been learning how to cook. I've been making meals every time. I've been learning more and more about myself. I've learned more about God. I've taken more time to get to know who I am as well. Our daily routines cause us to not realize what we want and not realize who we are. And I feel like COVID has allowed us to really get up close and personal with ourselves and find our inner demons, fight them, figure out what we want to change and what we want to do better. So that's really how COVID has impacted me.
Okay. Alex.
So,
yeah. You guys have basically said everything, but far I haven't seen any change in my whole life cycle, man. I'm a homebody. I've always been home, and I was never really a person that went to club and did any kind of outing. The only thing I would say affected me is probably taking vacations to the Caribbean and enjoying the nice scenery and all those kind of stuff. Apart from that, Charlie, I've been blessed with a job that was able to give us 2 weeks off at a time, 1 week off at a time. So honestly, I think Corona, apart from knowing people that are close to my family that lost their life because of this pandemic, apart from that, I haven't really seen any shift in my life for it's been very smooth for me. I got a new job in the Corona season, and this is coming from a guy who got his wedding postponed to another date. So, and within all that, I still think that this is one of the years that I've actually got to know a lot of people through this group called Zumerica. So, forever, I feel like this break was really needed, and people had to get their asses at home, which need too much. What you look at, this was the year for you guys to hibernate, reset the CPU in you, and then get other stuff done. People are learning new skills. Like my sister said, she's cooking now. It's a blessing, man. So that's all I can say for now.
All right, Kim, what you got?
Mom, the Corona has. It has its ups and then it's had its downs. So let me start with the ups first. Through Corona, I would say I was able to actually get myself out there as a DJ. I really put myself out there a lot, and I think that this needed to happen. It did, because you can't just be in one spot. As a DJ, and I was only known mostly by people in California, but now I would say I'm known all around the world now. Thanks to Corona, thanks to people being home quarantined, social media played a role big time. Because of Corona, everybody was on their phones, on social media. That's the only way to, quote and unquote, meet people or actually go out. You go out to social media now, virtual clubs and all that stuff. The down part, really, I remember them, I put a big hole in my pocket, man.
Yeah.
Weddings were getting canceled, parties was getting canceled, graduation parties, all that. Funerals crying, they are canceled.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I was happy for funerals, but it is kind of.
So, I would say this. Like Carmen is saying, it's been a rough ride, because my craft, especially, I kind of make money off of weddings and events and all that, and I travel a lot.
Yeah.
And with Corona, I've had very limited traveling this year. because you in the summer you would see me in different states all the time, right? But this year it's just
that's not fucking.
This year it's just been like everything. Just as soon as Corona hit, I think February, every wedding, every event that I had was just like canceled. To the point where even I think next week I was supposed to go to a wedding. It's been canceled. So it just kind of like it makes it really hard. Like wow, like life is not normal anymore.
And I know before you actually stood up when Rebecca was talking, you had a question for Rebecca.
I have to think about.
Okay, all right. So moving on, I would say Alex talked about getting a new job during Corona season, and now Kwame is talking about jobs have gone down. Yeah. I mean, both Kwame's talking about jobs have gone down and stuff, and so you've put yourself out there as a DJ, but at the same time, you're not getting the gigs. You know, how are you managing this in these times? How are you managing it?
Well, I mean, thank God I still have my regular, 9-to-5 job, which is also something that I'm really happy because I do maintenance tech, I work in apartment buildings, plumbing, electrician, all of that stuff. So, thank God for that I still got that. And being an essential worker, I did not get any off days like other people did. Also, like I said, thanks to social media, sometimes I'll go on there, Instagram Live, put a cash app on. And your credit part will to be, a truck I could be after the next day. But I also say, one thing I know is that the Instagram is also, I'm getting bookings for next year. So hopefully the Corona goes down or the Corona goes away and stuff don't get, postponed or canceled. So I'll say that was also helping me because me putting myself there has let people see me, has made people see me. And they're also, I've been getting contacts. And another thing, like, I'm so happy with this whole Zumerica being formed. I've met so many people. They've been a blessing to me, through them. I feel like I've been greater than what I was, so that's also an upside about it. And everything happens for a reason.
For me, I've taken time to really like rethink my business strategy. Think about how, like, what I want to approach in my next level, right?
Okay.
Even if I don't want to do weddings anymore, like what am I going to do with my craft now?
Yeah.
And with that, I think I've come to the conclusion that the gift that I have or God has given me is bigger than what I was doing before. So I think after Corona, by God's grace, we're going to see bigger things.
Okay. Awesome. So before Jason talks, right? Alex, this is the time where people are losing their jobs. Corona, they're laying people off. Jobs are closing. I know there are people watching us. They're like, how did this guy get a new job during this time? I know somebody wants to know, somebody wants to learn something. How did you do it? Was it before, was it during, or whatever?
So my first day at the work was March, I think 16. And they're still hiring. I've seen new people come in. I think it's more so that you're in intelligence, right? It doesn't matter if you lock down or not. There's still bad people in this world. It's just like how nurses are still getting jobs, how dentists are the ones that are not really getting because they have the close contact with people. So I think it all depends on the field that you are in, right? And I just so happened to be in that field during that time. And the process, because what is actually happening is the delay in actually them setting you up for the job is what is being delayed. But you're still going to get the job. It's just that there's not a lot of people in the office to work on paperwork and all this kind of stuff. So I think I was just blessed with the field I was in. The same way, like sometimes to come, somebody will be in real estate and then the job market will start booming, right? And they will start selling a whole lot of houses and then it will go down again. So it's just those kind of stuff in life. There's going to be times where they will probably not need anybody to do the job that I do, right? And it's going to go down same way. So we keep going up and down. It's how you learn from these moments, right? Not taking things for granted and knowing that, okay, hey, life, this is what happens. The resilience to bounce back after these kind of stuff. That's what I want people to take. It's like, because at the end of the day, I know say most people know Obi Awowu from it, and just having good health, is one of the biggest blessings you can have in life. And that's one thing I've come to really appreciate, because, like I said, I planned my wedding for May. It got postponed October. It was looking like they're not really gonna end. So you sit down and then you look at life. You're like, Charlie, what is a wedding, right? So you kind of put a lot of stuff in perspective, and that's why I said this Corona, we needed it, because there's a lot of people who took a lot of stuff for granted. It's like just being able to pay for food on, man, Charlie. Now people really appreciate that, Charlie. Just going to the grocery store to have somebody to serve you food, or go to a restaurant for them to serve you, is a blessing in itself. So that's what I've come to learn from this whole thing. So.
Okay. Ajinkwa,